Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our card option. That means all that our card product is now visible. And also here I have created one of the filter for display all that our order, right? So right now there are the 4 products. So right now it's showing our 4 product card on here. So now I want to work for our this remove card. Okay, so if you click as a remove card, then automatically it will be removed from 2 of this place. If it will be removed from our order, and also it will be removed from our card, right? So to the card they have the 4 product right now, and also if you refresh it, like I just close the order, and to the order there is a 4 product. So automatically it will be removed from here, and also it will be removed from to this position. So for doing this we have to create one of the function for this one. So now go to our view, that means in our app order, into the app order there is our view. So right now we don't need this, there is a card filter, we don't need this, neighbor, we don't need this. Okay, there is a model will be needed, there is a view. Perfect. So into the view area I want to do, after this I want to create another one. It will be also as a logging required. So here after this I just simply define as a logging required, and then I define one of the function name as a def, and then I name it as a remove. Okay, remove underscore from cart. So I just name it as a remove from cart. And then also here we have to remove it with a specific one of the ID, because of all every product that have some of the specific ID, right? So we have to also remove it with a specific one of the ID. So for the reasons here we have to define the request, and then our ID I just name it with the PK, that means our primary key. I think you already know about it. And then also here we have to do, first of all we have to check it, this item object is our appropriate ID object or not. So here I take one of the variable as a item. Okay, item, and then here I already define one of the function. So that is our function class as a get object R404, right? If you get that object, rather than it will be show that 404. So now with this we can actually defining it. So get object R404. Here with this I define our product model, because from to the product model we have to get it. So that is our product model, and then here it will be our primary key, and this means our database table field name as ID, and it will be equal to our this requested ID. So I just simply defining it. And after that I want to get all that our ordered object data. So that is our in our order, because into the order object, as I told you, when it will be delected, it will be delected from 2 of this area. It should be also delected from our order, and also it should be delected from our card, right? So for the reasons here we have to define our order. That means, so with this order class I want to get all that our object, and also I want to filter it. So here I take one of the variable as a order. Okay, order underscore QS. So here I defining it, and then our order. Okay, our order object, and with this order object I define as the objects. So with this object I want to filter it, so I just simply define as a filter. Okay, and filter our user. So that is our user will be our requested user. So it will be check it, and also our order field will be as a false. That means our this order will be as a false. Okay, so I just simply define as ordered. So that is our ordered, and ordered will be as a false. So I just simply define as a false. So here I take all that our incomplete order, and I take the things with this variable. So now here I want to define some of the condition. Okay, so after this I want to define one of the condition as if our this order is already exist. Okay, if this order is exist, then we have to do, first of all, take the things, we convert it to our object. So I just simply define as order, and this order all the data I converted it. That means our all the pending data, I take the things with this here I want to convert it, and convert with our 0 object. So I just simply define that 0. And then also we have to get our all that our cart product data. So for the reasons here I define another condition as a if our order, and with this order that is our order item, and with this order item here I have already called it with the man-to-man relationship, right? So with this man-to-man relationship I want to access our another one, that means this order. So specific for this order that have some of the cart into the product area, right? So now I want to access it. So if you want to access it, we have to define that things with our this relation. So here our model relationship I have defined that name with our order item. So now here I want to define our with this order, our order item. So here I define with our filter. Okay, with this I want to filter it, and I want to filter it with our item. Item will be as the same as the item. Okay, that means our this item will be matched with our this item. Okay, that means this item will be matched. So I just simply define both of these, and here after this I want to define that as a exist. If it's exist, then I want to get all that our cart object data. So I just name it as a order underscore item. So I just name it as order item, and here with our cart model, with the cart model I get all that our objects, and then I want to filter it. So I want to filter. Okay, I want to filter it, and I want to filter it with our item will be the same. That means item will be our item, and also our user will be our requested user. So requested user. Perfect. And also into the order area, that means in our cart area, if you go here, also they have our purchase. The purchase will be as a false, right? So also here we have to defining it. So I just simply define as a purchase. Purchase will be as a false. Okay, purchase will be as a false. And here also I want to pass our this object data. That means this object means our order all that object data. Here I just simply pass it. Okay friend, and then I want to remove it. That means when our cart, so here I have already defined our all that object cart data. So when it should be matched, then I want to remove this. Okay, that means when you remove it, so first of all it should be check this data in our order, and when it should be this item will be matched with our this cart item. That means that is actually cart item product, right? That is also, you can see that is actually the item. When it should be matched, then I want to remove it. So for the reasons here I already get our all that object data with the filtering with our item will be matched with our same item, user will be our requested user, and also purchase will be as a false. That means this product is the pending process. That means our purchase is not completed. So now I want to remove it. So here with our order, so with our order I have defined the relationship with our order items. So that is actually our order items. So with this order items I want to define one of the function as a remove. So I just simply define as a remove. So here I want to remove it. Okay, and remove our this ordered item. That means this order item. So I just simply pass it on here. And after that I want to delete it. That means our order, this order item. Okay, this order item will be deleted. So I just simply define as a delete. So I just simply define as a delete. And when it will be delete, I want to show some of the message with our messages. So with these messages, better here. Okay, with these messages I want to show some of the warning tag. Okay, warning tag, and with the warning tag will be as a request, and with this request I want to show some of the message as this item was removed. Okay, removed from your cart. So this type of one of the message it should be display, and also after that it should be return. I define as a return redirect. Okay, return redirect, and it will be return redirect to our same page. That means in our this cart page. Okay, that means this cart page. So here I have already created that URL. So here I just simply define that redirect position. So it should be in our app order. That means in our app order I have created as a, if you go to URL, so I have created as a app order, that is our cart, right? So now I just simply define as a cart. Perfect. And when our this condition will be false, then it will be return some of the another message. So here I just simply define as else. Okay, else, that means when our this if condition will be as a false, then it will be show another message. So I just simply define as the messages, and then I take as the info tag right now, and then with the request I want to pass some of the message as a this item was not in your cart. So this type of one of the message will be visible. Okay, and after that I returned it. I return redirect. I return redirect to our home page. So it should be redirected to our app underscore shop and then our home. Okay friend, and also else we have to define another thing, that means our this if condition area. So into this condition area I define as else. else it means actually when I want to do, when this our total order will be removed. That means here they have the right now the 4 order. So if you remove first one, second one, third one and the fourth one, and then it should be as a empty, right? So when it should be as a empty, I want to make the things to redirect to our home page. Okay, so here I want to define that condition in our else area. That means this if else area. So it should be just like the same as a messages, and here I define that info again, info, and then request, and in this request I want to pass on the message as a you don't have an active order. So I just name it as a you don't have active order. It should be return and then redirect. It should be as a return redirect to our home. So here in our app shop and then our home, right? And after that we have to create one of the URL for this one for access this function. So go to our URL, that means in our app order, and that is our URL, right? So to the app order URL, here I want to create another one. So here also we have to define our the ID. Because of all, if you go our view here, you can say define another requested one of the ID. So we also have to define on the ID, and here I name it as a remove. Okay, it should be as a remove with the ID, and then I define that name as a remove, and in our view area I have created one of the function name as a remove from cart. So I just simply name it as a view and our remove from cart, right? So now we can actually access this link. I want to access this link in our this cart page, that means here. So here I want to access it, that is in our app order, and then I name it as a remove. Okay, now go to our cart HTML, and then that is our remove cart button. So here I want to define this link. So I just simply define that link will be as a URL, and then in our app underscore order, into the app order I have created our URL name. Our URL name I have defined as a remove. So I just simply define as a remove, and also after that they have one of the ID, right? So here also you have to define that ID. So here it should be as a PK. Okay, it should be as a PK is equal to 2. So that is right now in our for loop, that is our cart. So into the cart, you can say that is an item. So here before I have used it with the cart, I have accessed that item name. So now I want to use our this item, our ID. That means if you go to our cart, so here that is our cart. So into the cart, that is our item. So into the item area I have already defined our foreign key with our products, right? So now I want to access our this product ID. So that means here that is our product. So that is our app shop model. So if you go to our app shop, everything is actually interconnected, you can see. So that is actually the product. So for this product that have also one of the specific IDs. So here we have to pass it. So now I want to define that same things as a card item, and before I am using that name, now I want to use our name ID. So I just name ID defined as a ID as a PK. Okay, that means the primary key. So here you have to defining it. So that's all we have to do. So now let's check this out if everything okay. Now it should be worked. I just click as a save all. First of all, I want to check it. Server is running perfectly, and now I want to refresh that page. And now I want to remove it. Like here there is actually 1, so I want to remove it. Click as a remove card. Yes, you can see friend, now it's perfectly removed, and also showing as this item was removed from your cart. And here you can see our card is also updated. If you go to our order, click as a refresh, now you can see it's now gone from here. And also if you go, now you can see that now they have the 3 product. Okay friend, so now I want to remove everyone. So that is our another one is gone, another one is gone, and the last one is gone. And here you can see when our last one is gone, then I have already defined this part. This message will be displayed, you don't have any item in your cart. So here I have defined these things. So in our logging, that means here when our this condition will be false, then it will be show that message as this item was not in your cart, right? So for the reasons it's now perfectly visible, I think you can well understand about it. So now if you buy any product, so here I add to cart this product, now it's perfectly added. So that is actually added, right? And also I take another one, take as add to cart, go here, that is also added. And now I take this one, go add to cart this product. Now it's perfectly added. So now if you want to remove it, you can remove it from here. So next video I want to discuss about if you want to update this quantity. That means right now there is a 1 quantity, so there is a 1. So if you click as a minus, it will be reduced, that means a decrease it, and if you click as a plus, then it will be increment. So how can do that work? Next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.